trying to do is turn this thing. I don't want to go that way. I was trying to go here, but I tried to do it the other way, but it's live. So I can do it in landscape instead of portrait. But I don't know. Maybe I have to do it some other time. But anyway, I know this is our third live for the day, but it's just me right now. Davina is now doing something else. I want to respond to our baby sister, Coach Bre Speaks. I just saw your video, young lady, and I must say I'm impressed. And I just want to pray that that you would continually get wisdom for every situation, wisdom for your baby, and I pray that the wisdom that you have is enough to carry you, which it is, and I just pray your baby would get so much more wisdom as well. Now, in response to what you were talking about, us millennials, I believe that we Gen X's or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out this thing here myself. Millennials, I think that's my son. I have a son, he's 24 years old, just to let you know. So I kind of, I can get what you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. I can understand what you're saying. This is what I want to, give you a response to. A lot of us came from so many different backgrounds, just like you come from a different background than your peers. So we all experience something different. But in our time, there was a period of silence where you didn't say much of anything. You were told to be quiet if you were like, let's just say your household always had parties. We used to stay upstairs. You couldn't come downstairs, or you couldn't be joining to the party. You had to keep your mouth closed when adults is talking, and you must respect the adult, because guess what's going to happen? You're getting your butt spanked. I'm telling you this. I'm about to give you my experience. Okay, here we go. I'm giving you my experience where I came from. All right, I was basically raised by my great auntie. Lord bless her soul. She passed away at 96 years old in 2000, the same year that my son was born. This lady taught me how to cook. She taught me how to clean. She taught me love. She taught me everything. I learned how to crochet. I learned how to sew. I know how to raise a garden. I basically knew how to take care of home living with her. Basically took care of home. We stayed in a 4-family flat. My mom stayed upstairs. My dad stayed on the other side. They were never married. Okay? So I got other siblings. I'm giving you me. All right? I'm not naming my siblings, but I'll just tell you I have 3 sisters and a younger brother. I'm the third child, so I'm in the middle, as you would say, out of 5 in the middle. Okay? But where I grew up, my hood, and what I experienced was, you're going to be quiet. You ain't got much to say. Things like that. And in the hood, you're going to learn how to defend yourself. Because if you didn't, you was beat down. All right? But it was a community. And what I mean by it was a community, I mean, you couldn't go down the street and act up. Because if you did, you was getting beat down by a parent there if you disrespected a parent and come out of your mouth as you shouldn't as a child. Then, by the time you got home, if they called your parents, let your parents know what happened, and you get whooped by your parents. Now, that's part of something, right? The thing what you're talking about everything was hush hush, yeah. It was that way. And some people have to go through therapy because they still having to deal with the issues or the lifestyle they lived way back then. And me as a parent, okay, where I came up, I didn't have much of everything. I tell you, I wore secondhand clothes, I had tore up clothes, I had sewed up knee patches on my pants, my shoes were holy, I had patched up, my great aunt used to patch up my shoes to wear to school, patched up clothes. Me and my brother used to share clothes, and that's how it was. Now, do I need therapy for that? Probably some people do, but I'm gonna tell you what happened to me in a minute. I didn't grow up, learning of God. I didn't know learning who Jesus was. I didn't learn any of that stuff. But here in this, I told a little bit about my story on how I met Jesus and how he came into my life. It was amazing how he did it. But to get back on point in what you're talking, what you're asking us to help you guys out, this is what I told my son. You're not going to experience what I experienced. And the reason why you're not going to experience what I experienced is because it should be an upgrade from where you came from. There's no looking back. It's only going forward for me. That's how I did it. I, my son has never heard me use profanity. He never seen me disrespect his mom. He's never seen me do any smoking or any drinking. I'm not pushing myself up. I'm not puffed up or anything like that. I'm answering your question. All of these things, somebody want to know, what am I talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is a younger person asked a question about us older talking to the younger ones since this boom, this whole crew thing start happening, and now we doing things that she wants to get more wisdom from the older generation. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. Can you donate? I guess you can donate. I don't see anything. I don't have like the 500 subscribers, so you can give stars or anything like that. But yeah, I don't have anything like that. But I can try to put something in there in the chat. If you check this video out another time, I'll try to figure out how you can donate, and I'll to if you'd like to. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll let Davina know. We really appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is continue telling Coach Bre Speaks and other millennials. I think you guys are millennials. That's probably my son age, the 2000s. So he's never seen any of that from me. I made sure he didn't get to experience my experience because I didn't want him to go through that, having to try to fit in. I always told him to always speak and say what's on his mind, let us know what's going on. But the one thing, Coach Bre, is example. Is showing by example, because words can be a lot, but showing by example back up what you're saying. So if you're saying something and it's not your performance is not equal parallel to what you're saying, then to me it's really nothing. That's just me. So I made sure that I tried to show him how to be right with people, how to love people, how to show love to people, how to open up and express himself. I always told him to do that, and that's just what I'm saying to you all. You can open up and express yourself, because back then, family, it's just not the same as it is now. It really isn't, and you can't go back and try to bring that up to fit into this new generation. It just won't work because that's not the type of generation that we're in right now. So for you to be, if you're a millennial at the 2000s or whatever, and you're a parent, what I would say is, the way you had it, do you want your child to experience that? Or do you want them to experience something greater? Then what you can do is improve yourself to help them to better themselves, so they can see, oh, my parents did this, not as a struggle or anything like that, but as something being good. Now, leading them to the Lord is one of the greatest things you can do, because that is what helped me deal with what happened to me a long time ago. I didn't have to go to a therapist and get that, but then I did go to therapy, as Christian. I went to Christian therapy because maybe there was something there that was bothering me, and I'm gonna say it was, but it wasn't to the point where, I had to. It's like an explosion, anything like that. But what I'm saying is, that time, back then, people experienced some really bad stuff, you know, and they're not gonna. Some people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to go back and experience that. They move past it. So to try to dig up old stuff and pull that all out, it will take some counseling. I'm not a counselor, nor am I a doctor, but I know the good Lord helps out a whole lot. Dealing with God and your issues is the best way to go. That's the best way to go. That's what I'm saying. Because it works out for me. It definitely worked out for me. Will there be some things come up? Yeah, that's what counseling is for. But you don't want to try to dig something up from somebody back then to try to pull up something to think it would work for now. It won't happen that way. Now I could be wrong. A lot of people probably gonna say, well, you don't. All right, see you. Thank you so much. Um, but I know some people gonna say, well, but it's listen. Like I said, I'm not a counselor or anything like that, so I'm just trying to help the young lady out. Um, yeah, I would love to. I would come back on and if you have a question or whatever, I'll come back on and give you some more. But most, I'm going to say this, most of the Gen Zs, I still don't even know what the stuff is. I just know whole crew and my age group. But a lot of us really don't have much to even talk about to go try to figure out and dig back up. I wouldn't want to dig anything back up. If it's gone, it's gone. And it just the thing just keep coming to me. How long you will mourn for Saul? That just keep coming. How much more? How much longer you gonna mourn for Saul? God telling Samuel, how long you gonna mourn for him? Let it go. That stuff is in the past. Move on. Let's move on. I got something better and greater for you. So to be a parent, you want to make sure your child didn't experience what you experienced. So you want to give them something greater. So that's where I'm coming at. You want to give your child something greater, and you want to be greater. So to try to get all that stuff out, it's gonna take something. It's gonna take something. But that time and era, Coach Bre, there was a hush hush period. Just what I experienced, it was a hush hush period because a lot of stuff you really didn't hear, you really didn't get through. And the generation before that, like our parents, that's like the drug area, the heroin, all this other crazy, all that stuff was going on. Most of those parents not gonna talk about that either. And the reason why is because they made sure they made their kids not have to go through that. So it's always an upgrade. I would say it's always an upgrade. We're going higher, we're going higher, we're going higher, we're going greater, we're going greater. Glory from glory to glory. That's what we're doing. We're not trying to go back and dig up anything because it's worthless to even do that. It's dried up. It's dried up. It's nothing there. But to help you guys out what we can do is to show you guys how to be more loving, more caring, more responsible, okay, and more respectful. Because I've ran into um, young kids. Young kids. I remember I used to go to my son's high school games and stuff. He played sports all 4 years in high school. I'm from the U.S., but I'm living in the U.K. But you can tell. And I used to go to his basketball games and soccer games and things like that. And the young kids, with all these adults sitting around, would just start using profanity. I know, Kevin. Yeah, but this is what I want to get at about this. This is the part about respect. And once I said something to these children, how I do it, if it was a young lady, I would say, "Excuse me, young ladies don't talk like that." And they would look at me like I said something foreign. And the other parents around wouldn't even say anything. It's like they didn't even. That's what I'm talking about. See, some parents didn't grow up where they learned how to respect the older adults. Some of them did, some of them didn't, but I did. So that's where that mixture is coming at. Then now the younger kids, 10 and 11 and 12 years old, they out in the street hollering, cussing. it's and there's no respect. And I'm like, all right. I remember saying something to some of these kids. I remember I stopped one young lady. I just couldn't take it. I just can't do it. I don't. I just not in me to listen to that because I don't talk like that. I'm not too goody goody, but I know how to respect younger and older, and I just know that. And if I'm being respectful, I'm expecting that back. So I tell them, I say, excuse me, that is not how you talk. That's not how a young man or young lady is supposed to talk. And this is one thing that I'll be looking forward to. I'm gonna tell my mama or my daddy, go, please go. I will wait right here. You go tell them what I just said to you. That and you tell them what you did to why you telling them I said you shouldn't talk like that. Will that go that way? It probably won't. You know why? Because the kids don't have no respect. And I'm blaming us as an adults because we have to be the example for these young generation kids. We can't just go out cussing and doing all this hoopla and smoking all and they blowing smoke on it. That stuff right there should be cut out. You ought to show your children how to respect you and other adults because they only doing what they see. They only doing what they see. And if you're not showing them how to respect other people, they definitely ain't respecting you in your house. They're not gonna respect nobody on the street. They go to the bus stop, hooping, hollering, screaming, and carrying out, and there's nothing else around to make them do that. They just doing it. And they think it's funny and it's cool. To me, it's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not funny. I don't find it funny. I find it so disrespectful when you throwing stuff all over the place and you got older people with canes and barely can walk and you throwing stuff on the street and they have to try to walk around that too. I really don't like that. It's just the level has just shot out of the blue. I'm like, what is going on around these parks? I don't understand it. But that's another thing, Coach Bre. Some people was brought up a different way. So to try to get all this stuff together, my sister, my young sister, my daughter, I can call you my daughter because I'm old enough to be your dad. I am. Probably I am. But anyhow, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But what I want to say to you guys, I wish I can get my son on so he can explain this to you and how I was or whatever. But one time in the year, I can say it is my son. One time he got heated because I was like, where did you get this from? I don't even know where you came from with this. This is not, I've never done this to you. I never done any of this. So where are you getting all this from? So you're gonna have to explain to me why your behavior is like that because you didn't get it from the house. Didn't get it from the house. So I want to know where this behavior come from. Then you have to explain yourself. Then why you acting that way? Because it first starts off at home, and one thing it starts off from men. The male is the head of the home. So let's get there. I'm not saying that you have to go find you a man if you single. The Lord Jesus Christ is your mate. He should be. And you should be giving your body to nobody but him. I'm putting that out there right now because I do have nieces. I do have sisters. All right? So I can say that. And I'm just saying, you shouldn't give yourself to nobody if you're not willing to give somebody everything that you have. If you want to keep what you have, keep your body to yourself and the Lord. How about that? Now, I'm going to leave it like that. That will help these young women out here learn how to respect themselves. I don't know why this thing is going along. It's just me and you now, Coach Bre. I hope you're on. I hope you can hear me. I hope you're catching this. And I hope I'm making sense. Because I really do have a whole lot to talk about because I see so much and I want to help so much. And especially the young men. Oh, you are on. Hey there, young lady. How are you? How are you? It's so good to see you. I saw you from the Gen X guys video, and I was like, okay, let me go help my baby sister out. Let me go help her. Because my baby sister, I think she's older than you. So yeah. But I talked to her so much. I talked to her about life and things like that, and I'm telling you, you're so much welcome. It's the thing I would say to you, young sister, is keep yourself in the Lord always and let Him lead you to wherever you're trying to go. And I'm saying this to everybody else because before I didn't know Him, I was all over the place. Now I know Him, I have direction. Do I fall asleep? Yeah. Guess what? I'm gonna get right back up, but I'm staying right there in front, in this right there with Him. I'm falling in Him. I'm getting back up in Him. So that's that thing. But um, the whole thing about this new generation thing, um, like I said, I don't know too much about how all this Generation X, Millennial, Z's, and all this stuff. KB, really don't pay attention to that. I just know that I want to be an example for the younger generation. I want to show them how to love and respect one another, how to help somebody. If you see somebody fall, you want to pick them up. You don't want to step on them. I mean, come on now, for real. That's what we're doing. And, and another thing I didn't get, but this is what used to happen when I was younger. You couldn't step on nobody's sneakers. It was a lot of stuff you couldn't do, and a lot of people didn't even talk about that. But there's been a whole lot of songs and a whole lot of stuff about those type of things. So it's a whole lot, Coach Bre, that we can go through. There's gonna be a lot of videos on this for you. You about to get a whole lot of wisdom. You about to get a lot. So you ask for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. But look, I'm just straight up for real, and I don't. I just want peace, man. I like to have peace. So yeah, yep, yep. A lot has grew up without a father. A lot of children have grown up without a father, and it's um I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this because I can, because you asking for information. It takes two. I'm just gonna let you know that. You already know that. It takes two. I'm gonna speak for a male perspective. My brother, I'm talking to you. If you're not willing to take care of your child, don't lay with her. Period. Same thing for a woman. If you know, and you know, because men and women both have intuition. My pastor was talking about that. You would know that he ain't right. You know how you gonna know he ain't right? Because he will wait for you. There you go. My sister, if he ain't waiting, he ain't the one. My brother, if she ain't gonna wait, she ain't the one. Right now, she ain't. Because if you're willing to lay and just disrespect your body like that, I mean, a baby turn up, guess what? The male has free reign to leave, but the female will be stuck with that baby unless you give it up for adoption or something. And I'm about to probably turn off some people with this one. Abortion is killing a life. I know some people are like, Kevin, you should, yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real. It really is killing life. Um, and we all know that. I mean, ain't no faking in front. We all know that. So all this other stuff, people gonna probably try to say that's exactly what it is. Yeah, yes it is. We all know that. Ain't no getting around that. You know, a mistake is a mistake, but intentional is intentional. Ain't nobody making no mistake having no baby. That's intentional. Just to let you know, that's intentional. If the two of you agreed to you gonna do this, then you agreed. Or what was the result gonna be? Period. So, so yeah. So Bre, I'm not gonna keep everybody long on here. I'm gonna go because we just got finished. I just got finished cooking a great dinner for me and my wife, and man, it was good. We wanted to take a picture of it and put it on the thumbnail thing, but we ate the food. We ate the food. So yeah. But anyhow, I hope that helps you. There's gonna be more coming your way. I know it is from a lot of people, and I hope this bless somebody. You know, and if you need prayer, guys, just you can put in chat to pray for something for you, and me and Davina will pray for you. We add you to our prayers. All right, take care.